What's up, YouTube? Chris with Sport Tech Geeks, one of YouTube's newest channels, bringing you my thoughts on the PlayStation 4 exclusive, The Order 1886. There's been a lot of mixed reviews about this game. Some good, some not so good, and some in between. Like every great game. For me, this game was phenomenal. Although on the short side, still a great game. And we're going to start with some of the pros of this game, and then we'll move on to the cons. Some things they did right, some things they did wrong. For me, for the pros, the quality of the game for consoles is unmatched. The cutscenes look like gameplay, which is one of the biggest selling points when they were trying to get the game hyped up. And I think that's where a lot of the bad reviews came from, is that they hyped it up so much, and they did such a good job hyping it up, is that when the final product was delivered, people weren't as impressed as they made it seem to be when they hyped it up. It's a lot like Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs was extremely hyped up. You know, I saw Watch Dogs and like, oh, great. It's like Assassin's Creed brought to the future. And it wasn't. I was sorely disappointed in Watch Dogs. I got bored quickly. It was annoying. But this video isn't about Watch Dogs. I'll just bring up the point that this game was hyped up a lot like Watch Dogs. Except I enjoyed this game a lot more than I did Watch Dogs. So the game is supposed to be about 15 to 16 chapters, about that. And a lot of chapters were just cutscenes, but they called them chapters. But the story was compelling. It kept me engaged at all times. You just wanted to see what's going to happen next. And next, the characters were fantastic, especially the protagonist. It's a bit of a breathing problem. He seems to breathe really heavy. I'm not really sure why he does that. But the story's great. If you look at the screen right now, that's they call that a half-breed. Well, actually, he's an elder. But I'm not going to put any more spoilers in the game. You need to play it yourself to find out. So, as two pros right now is the quality of the graphics and the story are great. Now for some of the cons. Okay, really short. We discussed that already. There have been reports people are beating this within 6 hours. The manufacturer is saying it's about 10 to 15 hours if you really, really play the game. And if you're playing in 6 hours, I'm not sure if you're here to play the game or just running through it. I know a lot of people do it, and it's one of my pet peeves is that they'll play a game and they don't bother with the story itself. And for me to play a game, I need a good story. I can't play puzzle games because I can't play puzzles just for the sake of playing puzzles. So this game brings that to me, is a great story. Now, sorry for the delay there. I got distracted with what's going on the screen. Could you imagine being the main protagonist right now, trying to fight that thing? Yikes. I couldn't do it. Another con. If you look at the video right now, you see the video, and then you see a black bar on top and a black bar on bottom. That is not the bezel of my TV at all. That is what you actually see. And I think that they're trying to go for a movie effect. Like I said, the gameplay and the cutscenes look exactly the same, so sometimes it's hard to tell if you're playing the game or you're watching a cutscene, which could be a good thing. The black bar don't bother me really, because I'm focusing on what's in the center and what's moving. I'm not paying attention to the black bars, but I can understand people's complaints. And the other con from a lot of the people is that there's a buttload of quick time events, and I don't mind the occasional quick time event or two. But this one does it a lot. And I don't mind doing quick time events during like a boss battle like you'll see in this one. But if I gotta do quick time events to open a door or keep mashing X to turn a crank, that gets tiring every once in a while. And I think they did that to try to lengthen the game. And I think they could have made a better approach. And I know they could set this game up for either a prequel or a sequel. Yeah, this is one of the boss fights right here. And it's a quick time event, which I like. As opposed for other cons, there's not really much else to say about this game except it's a great game. If I had to give it a score, I'd give it I'd probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10. Only because I only gave it a few, marked it down a little bit because of the replay value. When it comes to replay value, there really isn't any. Every game has replay value, by the way. And people's like, it has no replay. Absolutely. It may take a year or two to replay it, but you'll replay it. It's like people who buy movies. You buy a movie, yeah, you'll play it every once, 2 years, unless you have like a kid who wants to watch it over and over again. But for the most part, every game has replay value, including this one. And I'm hoping they come out with some DLC for it, maybe an extension to the story. But the story did kind of end abruptly, making you want more. And that's the idea, is to make a sequel or prequel. And hopefully make, dare I say, a dynasty out of it. Kind of like Assassin's Creed. Which also brings up another point, that Assassin's Creed Unity was terrible, and it also made me bored, and I'm starting to lose faith in Ubisoft. But I digress. We're moving on. We're moving away from a different subject right now. And this game is extremely gory. As you can tell, there's a knife sticking out of the back of that thing. So this is just my thoughts. If you like the video, like it. If you did not like the video, dislike it. And remember to always like, comment, and subscribe. And there'll be more videos like this to come out. I plan on doing a walkthrough of this game. I don't have a game capture card right now, so what you're seeing right now is just me pointing a camera at the screen while my lights are off. So I know it's not the best quality, but I will get a game capture card. The PS4 does enable you to do that. It was a patch that I did not too long ago. So I will do a walk through this game and a few other games. If you have any suggestions, put those in the comments below. And we'll see you next time.